Beautiful. I got most of it. Hopefully we'll be able to get this guy off now. And he's totally hooked around like the ones before. Awesome. Man. This is insane. I think I'm just going to cut it because I can't get that. I cannot just express how much I dislike the previous tech that worked on this. Look at that. It's like a full-on fish hook. It's insane. All right, well. Let's go ahead and replace that with something much better. So I am not going to wrap it all the way around. I'm just going to do a little L. I'm even going to do less extreme than that. Just a little L. So you'll definitely be able to pull that out if you need to. It's also not going to go anywhere. And then we'll go ahead and put this in here as well. All right, I need to clean this solder off of this guy. Okay, I've got that bent into place now. So I can add the solder. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, that looks much better. That's nice and secure. So we'll want to run this one over here. Don't want it to be too tight like the other guy had it. Same thing on this one. I'm just going to put a slight bend in it, not a complete fish hook. All right, I think that's good. So now let's disconnect this other annoying one that's going to give me tons of problems with its little hook. Yeah, that's going to be just as bad as the last one. Okay, so I learned the best way is to just cut it, so I'm going to do that. Wow, this one's really bad. Almost got it. So close. There we go. There we go. Another fish hook. All right, it's my collection. It's insane. Okay, so this one should be going there. I don't know if you're supposed to wrap them or not, but I'm gonna do it. Okay, those are all strong connections. Much better than before. One thing I just realized that people are probably yelling at me for before is, what about the terminal strip? It's a great question. So I gotta lift this tab up. Let's do that. All right, so we've got this terminal strip that's all jacked up. I'm gonna try and reuse it. The thought that I will replace it down the line. I'm just gonna put it under, I think. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it under and then push this back down. Because I'm not using the ground, it's just to hold it in place, and then I'll use the soldering iron to pin it down. Then we'll solder that down. Well, I forgot to hit record, but you can see I've got a nice blob of solder on there. I'm gonna hit it probably just one more time with the beast, as I'm affectionately calling it. It is quite heavy and unwieldy. All right, nice and shiny. I don't think that's going anywhere. I think that'll actually be good. I might not have to replace that in the end. See if I can zoom in on it. So you can see both of the new chassis grounds I soldered. They look pretty good to me. Yeah, it's not going anywhere. Cool. All right, so now we just got to hook up the wires that we unhooked. So we've got this red wire. We've got the resistor I have over here somewhere. Got this black wire. I'm gonna have to look back, and then this yellow wire as well. And this guy. So all of those. Will it even reach? Shoot, I didn't even think about that. It will. Okay, good. Pretty sure this went there. All right, I'm gonna have to look back at the footage to remind myself where everything went, but that won't be too bad. All right, turn off the camera and reconfigure. All right, today is a new day and we're gonna pick up where I left off last. So I've got all of these wires here that I wanna replace with some nice vintage style cloth covered solid core wire. And we're gonna go ahead and start with this one right here, which goes to the output transformer. And as we've learned, the previous guy that worked on this amp liked to basically wrap the solid core wire around the post, making it nearly impossible to get off. So I'm anticipating it's going to be the same here. So probably just going to try and remove all of these wires and then resolder them properly. Well, at least what I think is proper, which might not be proper. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can remove all of these. There's one. There's two. It's just an absolute disgusting mess. How am I gonna do this? Try it with my left hand maybe. Wow. I don't know what's going on here. Jeez, look at that. This previous tech was a, well, you can see I fish hooked it. Wow. Wow. What a mess. There's solder all over here on the transformer now. Oh, fun stuff. Jumping right back into it. All right, let's get this cable out of here. So I'm gonna try and clean up that glob of solder that fell off because of this disgustingness. I'm gonna get that first though. Let's get our trusty little solder sucker. That's more wire. That's part of the problem. Yeah, it's more like fish hooked wire. This guy just loved doing this. Just a mess. All right, I think I'm gonna have to cut it. Oh, there we go. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but. Oh, there's even more stuck on there. Lovely. Look at that. Jeez. core terminal strip. All right. Just gonna bend this stuff out of the way and try and clean up that glob of solder. Don't want it to fall on the transform more. There you go. All right, I'm just gonna take this off while I'm at it. Jeez. All right, let's see if we can suck up that glob of solder. Try to zoom in a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing. See how much solder that picked up. Oh yeah, this has got wire all over it too. Don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but the wires are totally wrapped around. Let's see if I can really zoom in here. Well, I might be able to cut them. I don't know. It's gonna be tricky. Man, that's just awful. I'm just gonna see if I can cut it. Oh, look at that. This thing's working great now. Where was that before? Wow, okay. Beautiful, I cleaned it right up. Look at that. Okay. So let's go ahead and feed a wire back into here. So we'll want to go to this one. I love this vintage style cloth wire. I zoom in again because it just easily can slide back. It's really great. Do I want to go in from the front or like the back? Probably do like this. What do I do with my, there we go. So I don't want to do as a full hook like the guy did before, because that was just a pain. I think we do something like that, where it's like a half hook. I think that would be good. Let me get the helping hands here to hold it in place. So I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it looks so much better already. Then I'm going to go ahead and add on the white wire. Do I want to go from the inside as well? Let me tin this. I think what I'm going to do is try and go for the inside as well. Poke it through and then I'll bend it over. So now it's sticking out, but I'm going to bend it. Bend it over like that, and then when I pull it through, while it's high, it should slide down. There we go, like that. So they're kind of like stacked on top of each other. I think that would work. I'm not loving that now. I mean, it's infinitely better than what it was, but it's still not my favorite. Kind of chipped that corner on accident. I mean, I think it's okay. If you guys will be able to see that or not. So I'm going to push this cloth up. All right, so what I'm going to do, so I'm just going to add some more solder. Okay, so now I'm just going to clip off the very end of that. Okay, now we'll go ahead and do the black wire here. And I gotta add one more wire on top as well for the speaker. Just gotta remember that. Do this one from the bottom as well. This is already tinned, but I can clean it up a little bit. Again, just trying to get the cloth to cover as much of that as we can. All right, that's much, much better though. So this was the old speaker wire. Just looks terrible. So let's go ahead and do a new white and black for that. Actually, so we got this one here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it to length because that's gonna go here. Grab some tape real quick. All right. almost got it. There we go. So just trying to fill up the entire hole there. Looks like I was successful. Add a little bit more solder on this side. Beautiful. Okay. Try and show the camera that. Anyways, you can just see that I filled the hole. All right, so next up, I think we'll do this black wire, which is going from pin 5. Pin 4 and 5 are jumpered on this preamp tube, and then pin 5 goes to pin 7 here on the 6v6. So let's go ahead and replace this one. Hopefully it'll be easy to get off, but if I've learned anything thus far, nothing on this amp is easy. Does it want to come off? Probably not. Well, I should expect nothing less at this point. Sucker might even be better, honestly. Yeah, I can see it's hooked right there. I mean, I guess it makes sense if you're jumpering two cables like this one is, but I don't know if you guys can even see what I'm talking about here. Zoom in. So right here, if I heat it up with solder, you'll be able to see. Or heat up with soldering iron. See, it's got a little hook on it, so it's wrapped pretty tightly. I could try. I might just try and cut it, honestly. See if I can do that. I guess I shouldn't blame the amp. This was obviously done by a man that did not want anyone else to work on this amp. I wonder if I could get it from this side. So much of this video, I'm sure, is just going to be me cutting to doing the same thing over and over again in different places. Well, this is working much better now than it was. I'm just going for the kill. There we go. Let's see if that worked. So that will come off. I just got this. Which I should be able to get with these. Hopefully. Like, trying not to damage these pins. I know somebody's probably going to be screaming at the screen right now, if you guys even see this part. But I don't really know what to do. Just keep cutting it, I guess. This is making for riveting YouTube content, but I said I was going to document the journey, so here we are. All the ups and downs. There we go. There's your little hook. Okay. There we go. So I'll just do that. See if I can make the helping hands actually helpful. Interesting. All right. Well, none of the solder is sticking to the first post. I don't really know why that is. There we go. Okay. If you'll be able to see it or not, but I'm gonna have to just do close-ups of all the work when I'm done, because with the camera in this position, I can't really show you guys like the view you need to see. But this view works for just watching me work. All right. So now, let's see, this one, this cable needs to run with the rest, except for it is going to go to it's going to go here. So I'm looking for pin 7, which would be this one right here, with this atrocious wire on it. You know, before I solder to that, I think I'm going to undo this wire and redo that one as well. I'm basically going to rewire this amp at this point. What can go wrong? See if I can adjust the camera so you guys can see. I can already tell this one's totally wrapped around, so this will suck as well. I don't even know what this is. This is wrapped around. I can see 2 times it's been wrapped around. This is just insane. Absolutely insane. I wonder if I can just clip it here. Actually might have gotten it. All right, get this trusty thing out. All right, we made some progress. Looks like just some more extra wire stuck on there. we go. Beautiful. Now we'll need to solder in a new replacement for this black cable. Just going over here. Probably do this white. We're just going to do all of it at this point. All of this really crappy little wire. Trying to get this wire off here. Looks like this one's been completely wrapped around as well. Another fish hook. Let's get this black one off. Okay, so we've got this one hooked up here. Now I'm gonna undo this one and then connect it here. Hopefully this one's easier than the others, but I gotta stop hoping that because they're all the same. Yep, they're all the same. Some is one I did before, but that'll be easy enough to redo. I just want to get this sucker out. Yeah, This one's totally wrapped around, just like some of the others. It's just an awkward place for me to do it. I'm gonna try rotating this whole thing over so I have a better vantage point. Part of my problem is I don't have a sturdy hold for this chassis, so it's just like I need to put pressure to get these undone. If I wanted to be lazy, I could just leave it, but I really want to try and do this the best I can, which requires all of this extra work. All right, I've spent some time getting this off camera, but I just got it, so I'll show you what it looks like. There we go. So this little piece was completely wrapped. If you can even see it. This little piece was completely wrapped in a knot, like wrapped around on top of itself in there. And that was causing me all those issues. But now that that's fixed, I can get this wire back in here, run a new wire over here to the lamp, and next time I have to work on this amp, I won't have to worry about that because it will be done much better. At least that's what I keep telling myself. So now we'll run another white wire. So you guys don't have the best view, but we'll be running the white wire from here to there. Okay. So now we're going to wrap these two together. Okay, so now I'm just going to wrap these together. I don't know if you need to do that or not, but they were like that before, so I'm just going to do it again. I like how it just makes things clean. And this one's going to go under everything over here. Well, that one's going to go there, so it's going to go here, so I can actually cut this even shorter if I wanted, which I do. Okay. That'll work. Now let's get this one. I'm going to flip the amp back around to do that. Beautiful. All right, so that's that. So what else do I need to do now? This red wire. Let's go ahead and remove this red wire. Should be fun because there's 3 components attached to it. That's probably be a nightmare to get off. Might have to flip the amp around again to do this, but I'll try it from here first. that's totally hooked around again. I'm almost done with having to deal with that. How many more are there like that? There's this red wire, this green wire. That's the only last two remaining original wires that are made of this plastic material that were clearly added later. Good riddance. Let's see if we can undo this. I might just have to take these components out. Let's probably just do that. This one's got a bunch of wrapped wires stuck on it too. There's at least 2 or 3. There's 1. There's 2. There we go. Look at that. There might be one more. Get the old solder sucker out. Tell you what, that thing works really well. Can shorten the legs on this, doesn't need to be so long. Okay. So nice and secure now. I might go under all of these, honestly. Okay, just to confirm I have the right spot. So this would be pin 4. It is pin 4, and that's going to be connecting here. All right, so I'm going to go and temporarily do this, and I have another resistor to add. My goal is to fill this whole thing. There we go. Then I've got this little guy. And this is going to be a bit of a stretch. So this one went from pin 6, which you can't see, went from pin 6 here to there. It's going to be close. So I think I'm going to try and put it in on this side first. Okay, immediately what I'm seeing is it is so close to this pin. Obviously you don't want those two shorting out on each other. Try and bend this forward to give us a bit more slack. And then that's got to be there to protect against that. So when I put in a new resistor, we won't have that issue. But I'm just kind of making do with what we got for right now. So I grabbed shrink wrap, but I'm a little worried. I don't know the temperatures that are going to be going through here when the amp is on. So part of me is worried that even though obviously this is meant to get hot and shrink, I don't know how hot this is going to get. And because I don't see any shrink wrap anywhere else other than this stuff that's clearly different, I think I'm not going to add it, and just try and make sure that that's there. And just keep an eye on it. Maybe I can even bend this out of the way a little bit. I mean, there is a gap there. I don't know how much you can see. Well, this resistor's in your way. So let me see if I zoom in. So right here, there's a gap between those, but it's very close. So I think what I can do is bend this a little bit and that a little bit, just to give them a little bit more space. I can even do that. That's better. Okay, that's fine. So I need to redo this one next. We're almost done. Hopefully it'll work when I'm done. So we already know this is gonna be a pain, so I'm just gonna snip it beforehand. All right, let's see how difficult this one is. Oh shit. Okay, I don't know what to do now. That sucks. Damn it. All right. All right, I'm back. I took the solder off. See what happened here. Try and show you guys this. So this was, I mean, I was not pulling. I did the other ones harder than that. It kind of collapsed on me and it surprised me. You can see there, hopefully, it is completely wrapped around itself, making it just about impossible to get off. This is what I've been dealing with this entire time. I guess this was an inevitable possibility / conclusion. I have no idea what to do about this socket, if it can be replaced or not. I am, to be honest, devastated right now, because that basically just made this project DOA. I have really no idea what to do. So I'm going to try and remove this wire and then try and figure something out. I really, really dislike the amp tech that did this before me. All right, I'll be back.